Gotcha. So we are recording. You wanna do the introduction?
Sure.
Hi guys. It's a very special Opum this time around because it's the last one ever. After this, we are retiring.
That's it. Put our
That's
jerseys
the
up.
introduction.
That's it. What
Anyway, guys,
okay.
I'm John. He's Patrick. We're brothers. We're
Gotcha.
gonna read some One Piece and give you one piece of our minds. What chapter are we on this week? 1103?
1103.
1103. Let's do it. Let's jump right in right away.
Let's
This
do it.
uh this color spread beautiful. You got all the straw hats. They're just being a bunch of goofy gumps. You can it's this one here where it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Yamato's also there, I guess, and
And Momo.
Momo.
Yeah. It's in
Yeah.
honor of the Year of the Dragon, which is why Frankie's hair is also like a dragon. Um,
Ah!
so fun little tidbits for you.
Hey, more fun tidbits. What's your Chinese zodiac?
I want to say it's the rat.
I'm the rat. Oh yeah, that makes sense. We're the same year,
We're
aren't
the same
we?
age. There we
Yeah,
go. That makes sense.
adds up.
I
Okay,
was like, it was like, what's your zodiac? Wait, it's the same. It doesn't matter. Anyways.
let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. Let's
All
go.
right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So we're still all right. We're still quasi flashback, but we're at the beginning of Egghead. We're at chapter 1103. I'm sorry, comma daddy, daddy, uh,
Adi.
daddy. So Vegapunk's talking to Bonnie. He's asking her, Bonnie, did you see everything? And she just says, I did. He says, well, Drat, I've broken my promise to Kuma. And you just hear Bonnie walking up to Vegapunk, and she's
Aww.
reverted back to her normal form, and she's hugging him in the legs, and he's like, "Oh,"
And she's also
she's like,
crying. She's back a little baby. Little baby
"I'm gonna cry,
Bonnie.
bro," and she's just saying, "I'm sorry, Vegapunk," just crying. And he's asking, "What is it?" "This is a present for your 10th birthday. Kuma left it with me," and she says, "From Daddy? Yay!
Aww.
What a beautiful sapphire." Okay. "This necklace is shaped like the sun. I'll treasure it forever." He said it'd be a good luck charm for you, but indeed, 2 years ago, who could have imagined that boy turning into this? So, Straw Hat is the son of Daddy's friend? Yep. I was shocked when I saw the two of you show up together. Fate is such a strange thing sometimes. They're just sitting and chilling and talking. While you were in this room, a number of dangerous things have happened on Egghead. The Straw Hat crew just saved my life minutes ago, in fact. I'll tell you everything. Let's go back and meet up with them when things have calmed down. I'm sorry, Bonnie. In the end, I'm nothing more than a hired scientist. And she says, no, it's not your fault. It's all him. We're cutting back to the present. She's still in the clutches of Jay Garcia's Saturn. The Navy's still aiming their guns at her. Present moment, Egghead, New World. Let's get to it. So yeah, he's holding her up. He's Jay Garcia's holding her up. He's saying, Jewelry Bonnie, the pirate. Your father Kuma is dead.
Oh damn.
And she's
Oh,
like,
that's cold.
"Uh." And everyone is on the ground. Sanji, Vegapunk, Frankie, they're all there. Luffy's still, withering away, and Sanji's saying, "Damn it, why can't I move?" They're all struggling, trying to move, and screaming for Bonnie. Luffy's just like, "Food, someone give me food,
Food.
meat. I want to, but I can't move." Oh wait, no, that's Atlas saying that. She's like, "I want to, but I can't move." We've captured Vegapunk's bodyguards sent to Mars, so he's still alive. Kizaru's over on the side. He still can't move because Luffy gave him a thrashing. He says, Sentomaru. He's thinking this in his head. He's like, Sentomaru, Bonnie. He's clearly not thrilled with how things have turned out here. What's the situation? We don't know. Commodores and below can't go in. Brand new Emperor of the Sea, hold up on the island? I suppose it's too much to hope no one dies. They say it's a bigger siege than at Ohara. Is Dr. Vegapunk going to be alright? And this is just news across the world, people reading the newspapers, listening to, Navy reports and stuff. And we cut to the Kamabaka Kingdom, dragons walking towards Eva. If Kuma is running off of some fragment of his true instincts, where do you think he'll go, Eva? And Eva's just thinking, if it were me, I'd charge Mary Jo without a second thought. But Kuma's different. I think he'll... And we're cutting back to Egghead, and Bonnie's saying, if I'm going to die anyway, I might as well take you down with me. distorted future, Mika like, and she's doing that thing she did to what's her face, and she's making her big arm like Luffy does, and Saturn's like, "What, Nika?" And she's just going in future, and then nothing happens. She goes back to she's just getting weaker, and she's thinking again, "I'm getting weaker. Why?" And he grabs her. Or I guess he didn't ever let go of her, but he starts squeezing a little bit more, and he says, "I see you're his daughter, eh? And you know that name, but you don't know what it is." And he's thinking she doesn't seem to have made the connection between Nika and Straw Hat's white colored form. He's just thinking that to himself, and he's saying out loud now, "Such a shame." Meanwhile, someone's tossing. Oh, is that who's shoving the food in his mouth? Is that
I don't
Robin?
know. I think it's got to be with those many arms.
Right?
Either that or Usopp being a total coward.
Could be. And he just looks over. He's like, "Hey, who gave him food? Put the Prism Stone cuffs on him at once." And everyone's like, "Huh?" You're like, "How the hell did that happen? We just didn't see it." "Seize him now!" And Kizaru is just still sitting in the ground, and Bonnie's thinking, while still in the clutches of Jay Garcia, "I can't use my age-changing powers on this old guy. How come?" And he says, "I gave you that power, Bonnie. It was an experiment to see if an infant incapable of eating solid fruit could be given powers with an extract."
Oh.
And she's like, "What?" "It was successful, but the fruit itself was worthless. Its powers might allow you to transform into any future. The more if you, but the more you know of reality, the narrower. Jesus Christ, let me try that again. Its powers might allow you to transform into any future, but the more you know of reality, the narrower your future possibilities become. You,
Interesting.
oh man, you just see Kuma fly in the air, and Jay Garcia is saying, "You want to believe in Nika, don't you? Nika is real." And this is Bonnie retorting, "Ever since the day my father became a cyborg that obeys your orders, I've been searching for Nika, hoping that he'll be able to free Daddy. And your current weakness is evidence that you've begun to think he's not real." Interesting. Okay.
Oh man. Oh, that hurts.
Man. Oh, this is gonna be okay. All right, I gotta keep reading. All right. "Your father believed in the idiotic legend of the Buccaneers as well. He said to me, 'I want to save people like Nika does.' Years later, I performed a chemical experiment on your mother, who was the eighth wife of a fellow in the Holy Land. It was a failure. Those blue blemishes showed up again." Who called it? Everybody. "But although it
Hmm.
didn't have the desired result, I found it quite curious that the same effect was passed down to her daughter." Huh? You just hear a kadoom, and people are screaming, "What just crashed onto the island?" And Bonnie says, "You did all of that." And then Vegapunk, she just kind of trails off Vegapunk saying, "You did that as an experiment, Saturn? Those sapphire scales tore Kuma's family apart. He gave up his life to stop them. And you had the gall to offer him a deal, as though you were doing him a favor?" So,
Oh.
man, this is juicy.
I fucking love Jay Garcia.
He is just delightfully evil.
He's just evil. You're right. Go on, read.
Reading. "Put yourself in my shoes. Would you bother yourself with the feelings of insects? It is impossible." And Bonnie's just breaking down, and then you see we're cutting back over to Kuma, who is now on the island. Let's go.
And he's
Everyone's like,
furious.
he is just fuming. He's smoking. He's been flying for a long time. They're like, everyone's there is saying, "Huh? A pacifista? No, he's got pads on his hands. Former warlord of the sea, Bartholomew Kuma, has appeared on the southwest shore of Egghead. He's proceeding toward the center of the island. The authority chip isn't working on him. He just won't stop." And Saturn's like, "What? What nonsense is this? Kuma couldn't possibly be here." And Bonnie's just shivering. She says, "I can't. I'm too afraid." Vegapunk's at, he's got the same reaction everyone else is having. "Kuma? But why?" "Stop him. Shoot him if you must." "Yes, sir." "I can't even speak. Hey, Daddy. I think my spirit," and this is just Bonnie thinking this one, the clutches of Saturn. "I think my spirit is breaking down," and he's just running, getting shot by all sorts of the military, just like getting shot by everything. But he's still trucking through. God, he looks so angry. Oh man, dude.
I've never seen a character so angry in One Piece. This is
Oh man.
insane.
Fire. Give him every shot you have.
He ain't
Maybe,
slowing down.
maybe it'll be easier if I just die. And she's just crying. And everyone's screaming, I'm sorry, Daddy. And Jay Garcia is like, enough of this squalling. You obnoxious brat. And just holds her up. Shoot him through the head. And you just see Kuma, everyone's just aiming at his eyes. You just see two explosions on both sides of Jay Garcia. He says, he's just like, what? And he drops Bonnie. She falls to the ground. I'm sorry, Daddy. After all you did for me. And you see his paw coming up. He's about to do something. And oh my God.
Oh,
Oh my God. He just jumps in the way of Jay Garcia's Saturn's foot and it's stabbing him right in the back. But he's got Bonnie. He's just holding her to his chest. And she's just crying. She's just, Daddy. And you see he's all messed up. Everyone's like, it's Bartholomew Kuma. And he just pulls off the arm, the leg, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And he's holding it back and he's winding up a fist. And man, I have never seen this man this angry.
just
He's
the
winding up
shading
for,
here, the lighting is incredible, and Jay Garcia just actually looks terrified out of his mind.
oh my
Dude,
God.
legitimate chills down my spine. Oh my god.
That was incredible. And it looks like it's a hockey charged fist too. Man,
He is coming in to deck this MFer right now.
we've been waiting for this for like what feels
Oh,
like forever. And
it,
it's,
it,
oh my
it
God.
was so worth the wait, even though it ended on a cliffhanger and it hasn't actually happened yet. Just
Yeah.
the buildup of that punch, the past like 10 weeks of backstory.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Man, good
I
gravy.
just.
What a chapter.
Oh.
That was incredible.
I just.
That's
I don't
incredible.
even know where to begin. This. Like, every Kuma chapter just gets better and better. He didn't say anything. He just crash lands with that look in his eyes,
Yep.
that
Hmm.
frown on his face. He is just he's just charging, and nobody's slowing him down, and he's not bothered. He's being shot and blown up, and after all that, taking a stab from a celestial dragon from a Gorosei member,
Hmm.
then turns around and full force is about to punch him in the face. How strong is Kuma?
Dude, and man, I know it only that last chapter only came out a couple weeks ago, but I'm getting flashbacks to that last chapter and that sequence where he's running as he's going up and
No,
stuff.
for sure. Like, if
And
pay attention to his
man,
form here, he's still fulfilling like the Nika form to some extent.
hmm I think it's really cool that we're kind of drawing parallel to that sequence in that last chapter to him running through Egghead to get to his daughter. I love that. And yeah, like you said, he doesn't say a word. You just can tell by
He,
the way he's
it,
running, by the way
I,
he looks. It's just excellent
I,
all around.
I'm not familiar with this emotion I'm feeling. This is legitimately a new feeling. It's not just hype. It's not excitement. It's not this is so cool. I don't know. My heart feels itchy. Does that make sense? Like,
Man, I
I
think
have
I know.
never felt this before.
Like, man, this is I oof. This is what we're
Oh,
starting 2024 off. This is wild. Oh my god, dude.
I, when we landed on Egghead, I did not expect much. Coming off of Wano, I thought we'd get like a nice little break arc, maybe something kind of like Punk Hazard but better. But
Hmm.
shirt balls. This is like this is a fucking god tier arc. This backstory is amazing. We're fighting the Gorosei. Kizaru's there getting his ass handed to him by Nika. Like,
Oh my god.
it's
And that's
recontextualized everything. Thriller Bark is different. Saba Odie's different.
Sabaodi's way
Like,
different.
what I love. So Saba Odie, tragic moment. You see the Straw Hats torn apart, but now we know Kuma's the fucking victim on Sabaody the entire
He's the one
time.
truly suffering.
He's not
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
obviously we knew at the time he was good and he saved them, but now we
Hmm.
realize exactly how much went into this.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
it really is one of my favorite techniques when an author is able to pull something like that off, where you have an event and you think it's this way, but then you get further backstory on that event. You're like, oh no, that wasn't at all what was happening there.
like
That was a complete different story.
legitimately, with all the Kuma I've been rewatching from Thriller Bark on,
Hmm.
knowing what I know, Saba Odie's just not a tragedy anymore. It's no
Hmm.
longer like, oh, this is the Straw Hats at their lowest. It's like, guys, you're about to power up so much because this
You
guy's
just
got your back.
like,
Like
yes,
he
you're
saw the
suffering
Straw
right
Hats and
now.
he chose them.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like
love it.
you might think this is the worst moment in your life up to this point, and it might very well be, but it is for a better purpose. It is for a reason.
And it's
Because
just,
this, like you said, this guy's got your back.
oh my god, I love it. It's so good. Honestly, the the only reason I'm hesitant to say best backstory is because Odin's backstory exists. And say what you
Man,
will about the rest of Wano, but that backstory kicks ass.
that backstory is phenomenal. It has some of my favorite chapters, some of my favorite panels in One Piece,
You get
period.
like all the Roger you can stomach, you get all the
Hmm.
Whitebeard you can take, and then on top of it, you still get Odin himself.
Yeah. It's you still get you get all that cool stuff with Roger with Whitebeard. And it's still Odin's story. You never lose track of that. But man, and I was on that side for the longest time. Comparing this that flashback to this one. But
Sorry.
man,
Wait, 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 wait,
last
wait,
chapter.
wait. Okay, so I'm gonna make this meme. I'm announcing it now. So we're on the last panel. Okay, Jay Garcia stabbing Kuma. Over
Hmm.
Jay Garcia, he's the Odin flashback. Kuma is his own flashback, and then he's just turning around to deck him in the face because he really came out swinging full force against the biggest bad guy. Like, I love it. I did not expect Egghead to be so hype. I was disappointed when it turned out not to be a murder mystery, but holy damn, is this so much better than that?
But yeah, like I was getting to, I was kind of on the side of Odin's flashback being superior to Kuma's.
Mm-hmm.
And I think man, the last chapter actually broke me. That was like the first time I've cried reading or watching One Piece in a very long time. So I don't know. I didn't cry during Odin's flashback at all.
I forgot to say it when I was hyping up Kuma's flashback. We also get young Eva. We get adult Eva
Hmm.
for that matter. We get a lot of revolutionary stuff. We get some
God
Sabo thrown in
Valley.
there. I was getting to God Valley. We get freaking cameos from every big name. Well, no,
Hmm.
did Roger? Yeah, he made a brief appearance, right? If he didn't, he was at
Briefly,
least mentioned. Garp is
yeah.
there. We know God Valley is coming.
Hmm.
Oh my god, young Kuma just his dad gets shot in front of him. That's brutal. That was
Like
brutal.
I don't think you can make an argument that those two aren't the top two flashbacks of the series up to this
You
point.
can pick whichever one you want, and I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. But it's
Exactly. Yeah.
gotta be one of those two.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
You know what?
Good
And
grief.
I'm making the call now. I'm giving it up for the Kuma flashback. Like I said, Odin is right up there. And as much as I loved that, it did not get this much of a rise out of me. And then we don't land in the present day where he's about to deck a celestial dragon. If we landed in the present day and Odin was about to strike Kaido, that'd be one thing. But
Hmm.
now we get the payoff for all of that suffering we just saw. We get to see the
Right.
happiest man, furious beyond belief, about to deck God.
Hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
my, this is so good. Best part of
Yeah.
one. Ugh. How is
Dude,
this is the best story ever written. You can't
this is the
convince me
first arc of the
otherwise.
final saga. This is just the first arc of the final
This is
saga. This
all
is
the setup. This isn't
the
the other four
fucking
Gorosei.
oh
This isn't Emu. This isn't Blackbeard. This is the fucking warm up.
yeah. This is nuts.
This is unbelievable. Like, I was sold from episode one, but you could not have told me it gets this good. I'm we are so fortunate to be alive when this is being written week to week.
Mm-hmm. That's why I tell you, there's no better time to start catching up to One Piece right now.
A
Right, we're in the
hundred
thick of some of
percent.
the best events in the series. Like, you catch up now if you aren't.
Absolutely. Like hop on the hype train before it's too late. You will not regret it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my freaking goodness. So coming off the Kuma hype, so
Mm-hmm.
glad we finally get an explanation of Bonnie's powers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not only it's obviously everyone thought like the age fruit, you age up and down, but you can age to whatever future you imagine. That's pretty insane. That's broken.
And I kind of like that. It almost feels parallel to what Luffy's awakened fruit is, because a lot
Very
of his
kinda,
fruit
yeah.
is based off imagination, and that's kind of what Bonnie's is to an extent.
And they
Um,
drew a parallel of like oh, they didn't draw a parallel. What they did, he's like, too bad it was a useless fruit. What if
mm,
it's just,
hmm
the sibling to the Nika fruit hiding in plain sight?
Yeah.
Not saying
No,
it's
I can
like
see that.
another mythical Zoan, but like, maybe it's the partner one to Nika.
Hmm
Oh my god, I love it. And
Yeah.
and and the twist is just so cool where the more you know, the less creative you can get, which is such
hmm
a radical caveat.
It's really freaking fascinating. I'm curious to see where Bonnie goes after this arc. Like, do we get to a future where she's, an adult and she just isn't able to use her powers anymore? Like, I'm just so curious about all that.
What no what I'm hoping, what I'm predicting, they get through this obviously. She finds out Luffy is Nika or Joy Boy, whatever, and then
Hmm
she's re-inspired by him being alive and can imagine any future she wants.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
But at the same time, I love, what is she, 10, 12 years old, present day 12, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And she was in the clutch of Saturn, or Jay Garcia, I guess. Anywho, and she's just like, maybe it'll be easier if I just die. I'm sorry, I can't win. And she's like, why can't I fight? Like she's a child. She's just
Yeah.
terrified out of her mind. She's lost the will. She's given up, which is exactly what a 10-year-old would do. I'm surprised she made it this far.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And it's just watching her crumble after everything and Kuma being there to pick her back up. You
Hmm
How is it possible to write this good? How is this possible? Like, this man puts Tolkien to shame with this single arc. And that's coming
Yeah.
from Tolkien's biggest fanboy. Oh my god, this is it's a different level. I've said a lot. You
It's
take a turn.
man, you're saying all of my thoughts is the thing. Like, the themes are just so strong here. Like, no one expected that this arc would turn out this way.
No one.
Um, and this isn't even talking about the Law and Blackbeard and Kid and Shanks stuff and the Garp stuff too on
Oh
the
my
side.
god, I
Like,
forgot that all happens during Egghead.
yeah, yeah, I
Oh
don't even
shit.
blame you. I don't even blame you. Like,
This is
this is
the
just,
fastest paced arc ever.
hmm and this is just the beginning of Oda pulling all of these loose threads that he's been building up for the past like 28
I just
years. Like, it's just nuts.
I just need to reiterate, I've never experienced this feeling before. It's I imagine this is what crack cocaine feels like. Like
Yeah,
it's just it's I don't even
just
know. There's not a
describe it
word.
to me again.
My heart itches and it
Your
feels
heart
like there's
itches.
ants on my eyeballs.
Yeah, that's crack cocaine. Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep,
that's crack cocaine.
yep, yep.
This it's just ugh.
No, okay. I do think that this is my minor criticism of this chapter.
Okay.
I wish we saw the punch land this chapter. That's about
No.
it.
Nope. I disagree with you.
That is
I
such
get
an
it. That'd be
abrupt
a
ending.
real satisfying punch. But I love this just Kuma lands. Everyone's like, what the hell? He turns around with this supercharged fist, and the last thing we see is just this terrified Jay Garcia.
Like, and I
Like,
love all that. I do. I just think there might have been a stronger emotional resonance for me if we see the punch and that's the last panel, and it's just a full double page spread. because now we're gonna start the next chapter. We're gonna start with that, and it's like, well, where do we go from there?
Now,
You
see,
know.
the way I love this. I think this is perfect. If the punch were to land this chapter, what I'd want to see is just Kuma throwing the punch, but it's so powerful. Background just white and maybe like some hockey static coming off every direction, but you can't even see Jay Garcia through the punch. All you see is Kuma beasting out reality. Like,
Mm-hmm.
straight back to Sabaody punching the color out of the MFer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and again, this is totally me, Monday quarterbacking at a chapter when we don't even know how the next one's going to open up. So, like, I
Right.
could be proven wrong completely. Maybe we get a good emotional build up for the next chapter, even though we got a lot of that this chapter, and that might feel a little redundant at that point. But point being, I don't know what Oda's going to do for the next chapter. So, I mean, I could be wrong. He could prove me completely wrong in saying, nope, this is how it's going to be, and you're going to love it.
So
So,
let's talk about Luffy. Who the hell's feeding him? Is that Robin?
hmm
Is it Usopp like coming out of left field panicking like he always does? Is it yet another challenger?
well, no, I think it's got to be Robin, right?
I mean, there's a lot of arms, so she seems the most likely.
Yeah,
But I wonder if that's a lot of arms spawning or somebody moving really, really fast.
a la Usopp, yeah.
Also, I'm flipping back. I'm making this connection now. We see
hmm
Dragon talking to Eva about where do you think he would go. Are they
hmm
about to appear on Egghead? No, there's no way they could travel that
No,
fast.
they wouldn't get there in time. Yeah,
Unless that's like, the second Kuma left and they're already headed this way.
it's possible because he did have to stop at Mary Joa first.
They'd have to have some kind of fast travel mechanism, but I'm gonna say it's possible. I guess if Dragon does have some kind of Storm Devil fruit, he could make a lot of wind.
And he's got Karasu with him too. I don't know.
It's maybe. They're talking about where he went. I don't think we got those panels just for funsies. We'll see what happens with them.
Yeah, I could see them showing up after the end of things because, friendly reminder, we did see a little bit of a ship associated with Blackbeard at the edge of Egghead at one point too. So I could
Oh
see
my
that.
god, what even happened
hmm
with them? They're here somewhere. That's a thing we
Yeah.
got to deal with. Also,
Hmm
shout out to these panels of like regular people reading the newspaper. Brand new Emperor of the Sea. It's too much to hope that no one dies. Is that foreshadowing? Is Kuma about to get uh, capped? Are we about to pop a cap in his ass?
I mean, a lot of people are suspecting he'll get got this arc.
See, my only reason I don't think that is because of his fruit. You got the Gamu Gamu, the Hitu Hitu, the Hanu Hanu.
Yeah.
Like, I forget what Kuma's is in Japanese, but he's the other numbers. His fruit
It's
is
Nika.
it's Nika.
Nikia. It's like
Oh my
Nikia.
god, so
It's
good,
I forget what it stands for,
so
but
good.
it's the two numbers we don't have on the crew
Yeah,
already.
it's the two numbers we don't have, so he's directly tied. And I don't know if that means like he's just linked to them, and that's why he helped him on Saba Odi and whatnot, or if that's
hmm
indicative he will join the crew, or at least his fruit will join the crew. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason I don't think he dies is because of his fruit. But who knows? Maybe we just get the fruit on the crew a different way. Like maybe Bonnie can still eat a fruit, and she was just an experiment with the essence.
Right. No, I can see that playing out in a couple of different ways because like I think
But this
best
man
case
is
scenario,
covered in death flags.
absolutely. And I could if he lives, that would be a great ending for him and Bonnie. Maybe they stay with the Straw Hats a little bit just because that's where Nika is.
But if
Or
he
if
dies, that's all the backstory
Mhm.
Bonnie needs to join the crew.
Right. Because I've seen people positing maybe one of the other crew members gets the Pawpaw ability.
Nah, fuck
And I
that. The
forget.
only one I'd allow that for is Vivi.
No, that I think that's the leading theory
Yeah,
actually.
it had better. Like, if it's anyone, it's her. Because you're not giving it to Usopp. Zoro does not get a devil fruit. Sanji, go. Who even are you?
Right. No, I don't think any of our current members need
Yeah.
it.
I'd give it to
Yeah,
Vivi or, Bonnie if that is even possible and either
if
one of
we
them
allow
ends up
that.
joining.
Yeah,
I find it
because at
hard to
this
believe
point,
Bonnie doesn't join at this point, or at least travel with them.
I could see either that or she sticks around with Vegapunk, but they're taking Vegapunk off the island anyway, so like, yeah,
And
I
it's the
guess,
final
yeah.
saga. Maybe it's like Momo Keen, and we just are with
Hmm.
him the whole time, and it just so happens to lead us to the very end.
Yeah, I could see that for sure,
Oh
for
my
sure.
god, this just could not have predicted the insanity that is Egghead.
No one did.
It started off really, really good, and it keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and we haven't peaked yet, and it just
No.
keeps coming.
And what's the giant robot steal? Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, I forgot about the giant robot. That's a whole
I keep
thing.
forgetting the giant
Blackbeard's
robot.
gonna show up. Giant robot's gonna show up. Lucci's still on the island. Kizaru's still
Hmm.
here. Kuma just showed up. Maybe Dragon's gonna make an appearance now. Like, oh my god. I thought this was gonna be a quick arc. Like, we go here, we meet Vegapunk, shit goes wild, we bail. But no, we're here and we've got so much to get through still.
Have
It's
we
like we
been here?
started the arc on the climax of the arc.
We got here 10:58. You we've been here a year.
We've been here a
Jeez
year.
Louise.
Well, in fairness, we spent like half that year not here.
Yeah, but that's still technically this
Yeah, no,
arc,
it still falls in there, but it's not like we've done, all those chapters in one place.
Ah, man, I really expected this arc to be like 20 chapters,
Yeah,
30 chapters, a
no,
la Zoe
like
or
Saba
something, and then
Odie or
we're out.
something where we're
Yeah,
just here in and out real quick.
getting some
Nope,
quick world building. Yeah,
nope,
did
not
not
even
play out that way.
close. Oh
Man,
my god.
that's crazy.
You got any closing thoughts? Because I think I've said my piece. My piece of our
One
minds.
One Piece. No, I think we've been gushing about this chapter long enough. I think this stretch, the last few stretches, this whole entire stretch of chapters has just been peak One Piece, and that's saying
Yeah,
something because the series is
this
phenomenal.
really might. What I love is Oda continues to top himself, and every
Right.
time we think this is the best, he just goes up another step.
It's wild. No one is truly doing it like him right now, and it's wild.
No one's done it like him ever. No one has pulled this off before.
Hmm. For sure. Yeah, I agree. There really is nothing quite like this.
He, in my opinion at least, again, I've read a lot of Tolkien, I've studied Shakespeare. I really think Oda is the greatest author of all time. Like, I don't think anyone can think like this man does. Especially not whoever the hell wrote Naruto.
All right. Well, now let's not say things we'll regret. All right. Let's not say something we'll regret.
I don't regret that. I'll die on that hill.
Okay. Well, it's okay to be wrong.
It's
All
okay to
right.
be wrong. We need those shirts. Anywho, guys, this has been One Piece of Our Minds. We read chapter 1103. Boy, did we have some thoughts on it.
Man.
Can't wait to be back next time. Next chapter coming out the 21st. Definitely going to be reading that one. Got a couple other small Opum projects coming at you in the meantime. Stay tuned for those. Should be a lot of fun. But until then, guys, don't be afraid to subscribe if you're really liking the content. You want to see more of it. Leaving a like down below really does help the channel grow. We'd appreciate it if you could just take those 2 seconds for us. Leave your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of the Kuma flashback? Is it better than Odin? No other option. Those are the only two good
Those are the only
flashbacks
two.
in all of One Piece. The
All of One
rest is
Piece.
mid.
Yeah, at best.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, you really gotta trudge through it to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, you really got to read like almost 1,000 chapters to get to the good stuff.
It starts getting good around 1100.
Hmm.
After that,
Hmm.
though, it goes downhill pretty quick.
Pretty quickly. Yeah.
Not anything good past 11:0, just 11:0.
Just 11. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good call.
Anywho, guys, catch you next time.